Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back to Duro Ricio Bullycamp. Salute everybody in the chat. Lorena, salute. Brotherhood, sisterhood. Della's World, salute. What's that word, man? What's that word? What up, Mac?
Yo. What up, people?
Yeah. Yeah. So welcome back to Duro Ricio Bullycamp. This episode right here is powered by something different. Not just merch, not just clothes, but a statement. Own clothing in collaboration with DuroBullz. I want everybody over here, if you got an Instagram, go follow Own Clothing. You know what I'm saying? Put it on high quality clothing, not just merch, real website, real clothing coming real soon from DuroBullz and Own. Real material, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I just want everybody to know, you know what I'm saying? Every episode of Duro Lounge is sponsored by Own. So, you know what I'm saying? I just want everybody to know. So, when you see Own clothing, you know what I'm saying? It's his own thing. It's not my brand. Some people got misconstrued. Think it's my brand. It's not my brand. It's in collaboration with Duro. So when you see Own clothing by itself, that is not my clothing. Anything that's going to be in collaboration with Duro is going to say Own times Duro on it every time. If it don't say that, then that's Own brand itself, and you free to shop at Own. Don't think you got to be loyal to me. If it don't say Duro, I ain't buying it. No. Support, period. Because me and Own gonna do a lot of business, a lot of stuff that I have coming that a lot of people never tapped into. That got dog stuff. That got a podcast. That got dogs. That, you know what I'm saying? They have the knowledge that I have. A lot of people never tapped in a lot of things. A lot of people just get merch, put their stuff on, and then that's for sale. Just a little bit different because it's already a clothing line. So I want everybody to just understand that, you know what I'm saying? It's not my line. You know what I'm saying? It's a collaboration. And I might get another sponsor with Design by Lex. You know what I'm saying? If you're looking for engagement ring, you're looking for a custom pendant, real diamonds, real precious metals, holla at my man VVS Lex. You know what I'm saying? Tell them Duro sent you for 20% off. You know what I mean? But we might be doing something a little bit different too. So just stay tuned. I'm always working. People about to finally see the real hustler that I am, the real person that I am, and how I've been moving. You know what I'm saying? My whole life. You know what I'm saying? It's never just one thing with me. I'm always doing something that other people ain't doing. So that's just keep that in mind. And then just stay tuned. You know what I mean? So that's how we try to do things over here. And I just want everybody to know that when we do things, man, we doing things. We trying to do things big. We trying to do things in a different way. You know what I'm saying? That nobody else, no other channel, no other platform, no other person that know how to build a program for dogs, or no other vet tech, or no other person that was in the vet field, no other person that does anything that we do. I'm always doing stuff outside the box. So if you see anybody trying to do the same thing I'm doing, just know where they got it from. Just know nobody is doing it the way I'm doing it. And that's a fact. Lucky Mills, what up, Doug? Look at all the brotherhood and sisterhood, man, that we got up in the chat, man. I appreciate it. I mean, big salute. big salute to everybody.
Hey, did Kevin
Thanks for
Samuel
coming
start that
out.
way?
Oh,
The salute wave.
what'd you say?
Who started the salute wave?
No. What, on YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh man, we've been saying salute forever.
Yeah, but it was like here and go. Now it's a part of the culture.
uh
Like we stole goddamn 10-4.
yeah, salute always been a part of the culture. Well, for me, it always been a part of the culture, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure though. I mean, thank you, brother. Thank you, Lucky Mills, man. I appreciate that, man. More than you know, man. I mean, chilling, tuned in again. Love the engagement of the dog talk. What's that, Lucky Mills? What's that? This about what? 5 episodes for you too? You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it, man. You know what I mean? I definitely do. I appreciate it. But
If
yeah,
you
man,
build
I'm
it,
not
they
sure,
shall
but
come.
that, that's a fact. That's a fact. But hey, man, I mean, I feel like right now, man, we're doing a really good job of the engagement with the chat, man. Everybody, Yella, Mac, CDC when he in here, the chat when y'all going and saluting each other, man. I love it. I'm gonna tell y'all that every show. You know what I'm saying? Women and men. You know what I'm saying? Y'all salute each other. There's never no funny business, never no subliminals. There's always love, and that's a reflection of what I'm doing. So that means I'm doing a good job by being a leader and by making my shit right. You know what I mean? On a note of that, y'all, I want to say this to y'all too. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are stuck, man. And not because they don't have potential, but because they won't evolve. And I want the word tonight to be evolve. Like I say every night, we got a different word. Tonight, word is evolve. You know what I'm saying? You know why? Because you still thinking the same. You still moving the same. You're still dealing with the same people, even though they don't mean you no good. You entertaining the same nonsense, even though you didn't put that nonsense to rest. Growth requires separation, y'all. In order for us to grow, we got to separate ourselves from everything. Don't matter whether that's family, best friends, no matter what it is. We always have to separate ourselves from something, okay? Always. Don't matter what it is. So I want us to keep that in mind, man, because sometimes you got to turn your back on the foolishness, man. Trust me, I know. And it's going to be a lot of foolishness the way the world is right now, the way things are, the way people are. It's going to continue being foolishness, but we got to always evolve and rise above the BS, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want us to do, always. You know what I'm saying? We on a
Mm-hmm.
different kick. We about bettering ourselves. We're about getting to this money. We're about getting to these things that make sense for us to better our lives. We on to that. We not on to foolish stuff, man. We then did what we did when we did it, right? And now it's a time for us as grown men to let go of the foolishness. We know who we are. We know we men. We know we from the streets. We don't got to keep reminding people of that. You know what I'm saying? So let's evolve. Let's get better. Let's continue to make things better within ourselves. And sometimes you got to get out of your comfort level. Okay? Sometimes you got to get out of your comfort level to get to that spot that you're trying to get to. And that's where we at right now. You know what I'm saying? We getting out of our comfort zone. We getting out of our comfort level. We taking things to the next level. We going to that next step. We shifting things in that next gear. You know what I'm saying? We not gonna be where we was 4 months ago. We're gonna continue to move forward. We're gonna move everything forward, no matter what we doing, man. I don't care whatever goal you got. If it's to be in the gym more, is to eat right, is to get your dogs right, whatever the case is, and wherever it may be, I want us all to reach it. I want us all to do it, and we gotta do it by separating ourselves from foolishness. We gotta do it by evolving. We gotta do it by not paying attention to the suckers. That's crab in the barrel business right there. And we don't want to be pulled back into that barrel. Once we come up out that top, we want to stay out that top. We don't want to get pulled back in. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So whatever we doing, I don't care whatever it is. If you got different avenues of what you're doing, Mac, you understand? Yella, you understand? You guys got businesses as well. You guys got businesses or had businesses as well that you guys run. So you guys know outside of the dog business, whatever else that you guys got going for yourself that you didn't put out there into the real world, and you don't want it to be out there in the real world, but you got it going on behind the scenes. Hey man, let's evolve that thing. Let's take that thing to the next level. That's what it's about. That's why you say to me, that's why I start changing my tune. That's why I don't really curse on my show. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know who's listening. I want people to understand that I can talk for real. I want people to understand that I really know how to speak. I don't have to say, you know what I'm saying, every time. But that's my talk, because this is barbershop talk in the dog world. This is not professional. But I start saying to myself, well, you know what? If you want to put yourself in a better position and stick your hand out there and start networking with more people, start rubbing elbows with more people, then you got to be on a different level. You got to put yourself in a professional standpoint and let people know who you are. Yeah, you come from that, but that don't define you. You know? And that's what I want us to understand when we over here, and we over here on Duro Lounge. When you're on Duro's show, I want you to understand that you're worth more than just being in my chat. I want you to understand that you're worth more than just commenting on me putting you on the screen, or you just coming to listen. Even if you don't comment, you're worth more to me because I appreciate it. Humbly. I don't take it for granted, y'all. You understand? I don't take it for granted. And everybody can't go with you every place that you go. You can't take everybody. You know, I tell my little brothers this. I tell my nephews this. You can't take everybody. And I know in our hearts we want to, because sometimes certain people, we can't look to our left and not see them not there. So I get it. But sometimes you can't take everybody with you, man. Some people is comfortable with being average. Some people is comfortable with being messy. Some people is comfortable with not growing. Some people want to stay where they at. They want to stay stagnant. They don't want no better, and they don't want you to have no better. So when you understand that those people ain't with you like you thought, you got to separate yourself. And you don't care what nobody say. You acting different. No, I'm not acting different. I'm evolving. You understand? This is what I want. And I'm going to give us motivation every show. I'm going to give us motivation every show from here on out. Because this is who I am. This is what I give. Forget it looking a certain way or wanting it to look a certain way. No, I'm going to give you me. I'm going to give you me 100% from now on. You understand? That's how we coming. So the same way we build our programs for our dogs, man, that's how we got to build ourselves. We got to build ourselves that way. Okay? In order to have a plan, you got to build on that plan. And once you build on that plan, y'all, you got to work that plan. And once you work that plan, you got to see how far you got. How far did I get? All right, I'm only on 2. Slow motion is better than no motion, y'all. So don't let that stop you. Don't let it stop you because of slow motion. Don't let it stop you, y'all. Let's continue to get what we need to get, and let's get what's rightfully ours. Always. Let's have that structure in our life. Let's have that word that I love that I always talk about because I like consistency in dogs. Let's always talk about that, and let's always make our standards bigger. Let's make our standards bigger, man. That's how we gonna get better, y'all. Always. So that's why when we in here and we saluting each other as brothers and sisters, as dog men and dog women, that's why I always say brotherhood and sisterhood, because that's important. That's the community that a lot of people don't have. But we do. And we're going to keep on doing it that way. You understand? That's how I'm coming. That's how I want y'all to come. So if any fool come in here and talk trash and put anybody that got a wrench by their name, kick them out fast. Because we don't want nobody disturbing our brotherhood and our sisterhood and what we got going on, because we evolving. If you want to be a super duper dummy, then go over there somewhere and be a super duper dummy. But if you want to be with us, if you want to be honorable, if you want to have integrity, if you want to have standards, then you're in the right place. As always. And it's a new tune, man. When things looking up for you, bro, you start to realize what's important and what's not. Let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. What up, Yellow?
Amen.
What's going on, bro? What up, Duro? What up, man?
Cool,
love, brother. Love, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'm not even keeping track. That's cool, bro. That's 100 with me. What'd you say, Matt?
Yellow. Said he was just frying a little chicken.
Nah.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. What up, Gorilla's back? What up, bro? Brotherhood, sisterhood, always, man. That's what we about. That's what we about. You know what I mean? 99% is just showing up for sure. For sure, Dallas World. Look at all this love, man. All this respect. You know what I mean? Lorraine sis, Dallas World. There we go. Look at all that respect, man.
That's a dope hoodie, man. Brotherhood and sisterhood.
What, brotherhood? I got it coming. I got it coming, man. I got a lot of stuff coming, man. I got a lot of stuff coming, man. Live your life. What up, bro? Salute, brother. Thank you for coming. Showing love as always in the chat, man. Brotherhood, sisterhood. Know the first question. Do breeders ought to provide support? All right, hold on. I'm going to come back to that, man. I'm going to come back to that, Dallas World. I'm going to come back to that. That's a good one. And word. I had to stop doing that myself. No need to let people know the old me all the time. Used to tell people quick, I'm like that. I'll get busy. Now I just walk away. And you know what, bro? That don't make you weak, brother. I had to realize that myself. That don't make you weak. You know what that means, man? That makes you smarter than them. You know what I'm saying? That makes you smarter than them in a lot of ways, man. Because you really letting them know that you just don't know. And because you just don't know, I'm going to just walk away. I get it, man. I do. Trust me, I do. You know what I'm saying? I do. Brotherhood, sisterhood, 100, Lorena. 100. Bakari, I'm keeping tabs, man. That's number 6, man. One of the mayors of Canada is in the building. You know what I mean? I gotta fix the soundboard, man. One of the mayors is from Canada is in the building. Bakari, man. Salute, brother. Thank you for showing up, man. Look at all the respect, man, between each other. Look at that. I like it. Oh man, you on your tonight. I had to leave some friends out to start this channel. I was moving right, so I did it dolo. Hey man, you know what it is, bro? Everybody not gonna see the vision that you have, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not gonna see the vision. Like I said before, when I rebranded myself and I started this Duro thing, a lot of people laughed at me, man. You know what I mean? And here I am now. You know what I mean? I got brothers and sisters, you know, extended brothers and sisters and friendships and relationships that I done made over the last few years. You know what I mean? That I wouldn't have if I never started my channel. I had a channel, but I didn't do content on it. You know what I mean? And it's pure. My channel, if you look at my about my channel, you know, it just say it started in 2013. You know what I mean? That was just a YouTube channel. I didn't start posting until much later than that. When I got Sadie, that's when I started posting on it. You know what I mean? And then I got Dice. Now I start posting on it. That's when I really start posting on my channel. So all my views that you see, that's pure. Because some people run their views up with fake views, man. They got 1 million views. I don't got 1 million views. We organic. We building everything for real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we building everything from the ground up, man. So you see that when that joint get to 80,000 people then watch Duro, I'm not sleeping on 74,000 or whatever the case is. Last time I looked, it was like 74,000, but I'm not sleeping on that, man. You know what I mean? In the hood, that's platinum in the hood, so we good. You know what I mean? Was it moving right? Yeah, I get it. I get it, man. You know what I mean? Lorena, Gorilla Back, Della's World, Rogue Wolf Project. What's up, bro? It's your second time being here with us. Thank you, man. Salute to you. Much respect to you always. Brotherhood, sisterhood, always in the chat. That's right. That you gotta go home to. That's right, man. When you see that is worth more than that, man. Live your life. When you see that you got so much more to live for, and you ain't even reach your full potential, that's another thing where you give those who just don't know. You just go ahead. I mean, unless you have to do what you have to do, and that's a different story. You know what I'm saying? But if you can get yourself out of there and spare, brother, do it. Do it. You know what I mean? To that brotherhood, sisterhood. Word. Word. Word, didn't believe now I got new friends on the same wave like you. Respect, bro. Yeah, for real. Respect. Nothing but respect. That's how it is. You know what I mean? That's how it is, man. I got millions of views, but didn't pay for anything. Just going on YouTube and studying how to move right on YouTube and gain more. That's how you do it. Yeah, that's how you do it, man. I respect everything you saying, man, because you're on the same wave as me. You know what I mean? But that's how it is. We better ourselves by learning. You know, we better ourselves by learning, because coming into anything new, we don't know. You know what I mean? So I know when I first started YouTube, I didn't understand a lot of stuff. You know, you say something to me, I don't like it, I'm gonna cuss you out. You know what I mean? Tell you, man, if you ain't pulling up in Philly, man, this and that, you know, I'm gonna tell you that. You know what I mean? And then I realized, man, listen, man, This not that. This not that. You know? And you don't have nothing to prove. You already did what it is, and you paid what it costs. So now, right now, what it is about moving forward and elevating at this point of time in life. That's all it's about. That's all it's about. You know what I mean? So salute to you for the 1 million of views, man. You know what I mean? Salute to you. I ain't saying that ain't the goal now. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
Nothing but this disrespect. That's right. That's right. You saving them. You just don't know. They just don't understand. You know what I'm saying? That they just don't know. You know what I mean? You gotta let them know. It's just like Pac said, and I ain't mad at you. You know what I'm saying? You just don't know, but I ain't mad at you. You know what I mean? It's like you gotta understand. Like, and if you hear how he said it, he meant it. You know what I mean? That's why that's one of my favorite songs by him, because he meant it. You really listen to it, man. You can that song just talked to my soul a little bit different. You know what I mean? So you could tell, you know, how I am. So like that's just one of those things where you understand. Like you just be like, you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and let you have that. You know what I mean? I ain't even gonna worry too much about that. It takes a lot to admit that you're not in denial and standing on business like a real man and a real dog. That's how it is, bro. That's what it's about. You know what I mean? It takes a lot to admit. Not in denial, man, but you know what? We want to keep on moving forward. You know, we want our progression to keep on progressing. We don't want to stop. We don't want to stun our growth. We don't want to stop. Just don't do it no more. We want to continue to see our dreams come through. Whatever it is that whatever we doing and whatever our goal is, we want to reach all of that. You know what I mean? And sometimes you got to be reminded of that. That's what it is, because sometimes you get lost by it. You forget it. You forget it. So me saying this and what I wanted to bring to y'all is because whoever may needed to hear it, because I know I needed to hear it for myself. Or whoever else needed to hear it tonight is going to play it back, whatever the case may be. I wanted y'all to hear it, so that y'all can say to yourself, man, now I know. I remember who I am and what I'm supposed to be doing and what my goal really is. Because sometimes we get sidetracked, man. We get sidetracked. You know what I mean? And it's all right. It's all right. We're going to keep on moving. You know what I mean? We ain't going to let nothing stop us. You know what I mean? You know, we ain't gonna let nothing stop us. We're gonna continue to move on, y'all. That's what I want for all of us. Every sister and brother that's listening, that's in the chat, whatever the case may be. Whatever. This is what I want for all of us. You know? Happened to me before, to keep it 100. Was acting wild towards the dude. Found out later he let me live that night. He ain't nothing to play with, and he actually stopped one of his from. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's, listen, man. But see, that's what I mean, bro. See, that's what I'm talking about, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we don't even be knowing who's who, you know? And you don't be knowing who's who, and people be thinking they can talk to people a certain way. You know what I mean? They don't be knowing that, you know, people got allies or people got respect in certain places. Like, you can't just be disrespecting certain people. People don't understand that, bro. You know what I'm saying? People, and then on this YouTube stuff, a lot of people be thinking because, oh man, I'm far out, I'm over here, this, that, and the third. That don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? Somebody can have somebody in Philly, somebody can have somebody in this place, somebody can have a place in this place. It don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean nothing. You never know who knows somebody or got somebody on there. You disrespect them. You done said something about their family. You don't know what's gonna happen. That's why you gotta understand, bro. You can't play with everybody because everybody ain't playing those games that you might be playing. So when that person did that, he had the utmost respect for you, bro. But he was a man when he did that. He was a man. You know what I'm saying? That was a man move. You know what I'm saying? Everybody tough on social media. Everybody. People that was getting slapped in the back of their head in school. Everybody's tough, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's tough. Everybody is tough, man. That's what I'm saying. And I don't want to be tough. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be tough. Tough guys don't last long, man. And I last long. So I don't want to be tough on social media. You know what I mean? Good brothers do good things, and I'm a good brother. You know what I mean? That's what we gonna put out there. You know what I mean? But that's real talk, man. Hey y'all.
Yo.
I really I really like this topic tonight, y'all. And now that we get into it, let's get into it. So today we talking about stud fees, putbacks, and how you actually raise a pup into something that lasts. That's what Nell Mac. This topic right here, ladies and gentlemen, was made by collaboration K9s, Nell Mac, and Yellow One. This is not my topic tonight. You know what I mean? So my brothers make this topic. So I mean, because this right here, let's start off with the stud fee, guys. Let's start out with the stud fee, and we'll tie everything in together. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, studs like I know like some people stud fees. Well, I know some people want to pay like half of the stud fee up front and then pay the other half when the pregnancy is confirmed. And I don't really trust it. I like for you to pay before we stick, pay me my stud fee and we'll go from there. Because it's your responsibility as the owner of the female to know where your female is at in her heat. You bring over my male, my stud, he gonna do his part. He gonna do his part as far as, put the puppies in her and his sperm count up, his sperm count swimming, it's moving, it's mobile, So he gonna do what he's supposed to do. So that's just what, like with stud fees, like I think people should pay. If should pay it all up front. Unless you got that type of relationship with the person, you really trust them, but just me, I just rather just just give me all my money, and then we'll just, do it after that. We'll let the breeding begin, and after we'll let the breeding begin after I get all my money. Yeah, that's how I would do that.
In other words, you'll have more sympathy if everything can go right.
You said have more sympathy. What you mean as the stud owner?
Mm-hmm.
No. What you mean have more sympathy?
For instance, if you pay, if you handle your business according to how you want your stud feed to run, operate.
Mm-hmm.
And if things just don't go all as planned with the girl, with the bitch,
Mm-hmm.
and you was up front and you did, possibly everything that you can do, then maybe maybe we can work something, try it again or
Oh,
something.
absolutely. Well, you can get another stud. You can come use my stud again. We can transfer that to the next breeding or the next heat, or you can transfer it to another female or whatever. Yeah, that can happen, but there is no giving no money back.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Because I did pup back deal with people and I don't even get a puppy. Yeah,
So what they did? They burnt you out the puppy, man.
Yeah. This was last year, man. Yeah. I had studied, ran right after somebody I knew or whatever, and she had the pups or whatever, and I knew the dude. The people that had the female was his family. So I met them, they were some young dudes or whatever, and we did the breed. I did the breeding for them, and so I think she ended up raising I think she had 6. I think 3 of them. Well, she raised 3. So I said, well, shit, just give me. I said, well, tell you what, just give me. They wanted my pick. I said, I want a male. They wanted to keep my pick. I said, well, just give me $200 for my pick. Just give me $200, and that's all I wanted. Okay, I got you. November the 1st, I got you. November the 1st, I got you. I give you 200. November the 1st come around. Well, I ain't got the 200. You want the puppy? I said, nah, I don't want the puppy. I ain't got nowhere to put the puppy. And that's not what the agreement was. So, nevertheless, I ended up not getting. I ain't getting nothing out of it. And I felt like the dude that introduced me to them, he need to pay me since they didn't come through with the money. I did that on the strength of you. He didn't, I didn't get paid or whatever. So, but just stuff like that, man. You just gotta be careful. And that's why I really will stud them out with people, but I really don't like to.
Right.
Yeah, I don't really like to.
Now, do you agree that it should just be up front? It should just be a flat fee. I think you might have said this already.
Mm-hmm.
Like up front, like give me all what I'm asking.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
But some people will. I've heard of some people say, well, you can pay me once the pregnancy confirmed, you can give me the other half. If I want $500 or whatever, you give me $250 when we do the sticking. And then once the pregnancy is confirmed, you give me the other, $250. And then if you don't do that, you need me to sign. You're gonna need me to sign off on the litter, the application to get the registration, the paperwork. Right? You're gonna need me to sign off. You don't have my mail number. You don't have my signature. So stuff. Stuff like that.
Like
you don't want to do no fraud.
He said, "I'm a." Oh no, but we gonna get to the fraud part. My man, Live Your Life said, "I'm gonna stay off. I'm gonna say off rip, health and diet when it comes to building a strong pup into a strong dog. Diet is huge. What you're feeding them, how much, how many times a day is huge. That's the first year. That's the first thing I've learned. Yeah. That's great. That's great. And A lot of people don't understand. Like I said before, League of Life. Actually, I think you was on that show because we was giving great game. We was talking about how if you don't feed the pups enough, later on the pups can have joint issues. You know what I mean? So why is it important for your dogs to have certain things in their diet? Why is it important as pups? You know what I mean? As dogs as well, but especially as pups. So that's very important. Pay up front before parent happens. If it don't work, they get a second shot, but no money, no honey. No money,
Yeah,
no honey.
that's a
416
good one.
that. Salute 416. That's a real good one. I agree with 416.
Yeah, I do
I
too.
agree because for the simple fact that if you don't pay up front, I've seen too many people get burned. You know what I mean? For $500, $1,000, $1,500. I've seen so many people in the game get burned from that, from people not doing it. Or I've seen it on the other hand where a person don't get their paperwork right. You know what I'm saying? I even helped somebody get their paperwork. You know what I'm saying? From a situation like that, a person didn't have their paperwork correct. You know what I'm saying? So I had it fixed. You know what I mean? So it's stuff like that. So when you do a breeding, a person got half of the litter on the paperwork, and I don't understand how registries be accepting that, man. I don't be understanding how that be cool, but I've seen it, man. I definitely
And
did. So I
you
agree, man.
seen them do what now?
Not have the paperwork correct, like you said. Like you do it. Say you do a breeding with someone. You know what I'm saying? And the other person need the signature, but say that person try to cut the other person out the deal. They say,
Uh-huh.
no, man, you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead. I know the pedigree. I'm gonna just go ahead. So now I got half of the litter on the registry. You know what I'm saying? Because that other person never, or I've seen it be like this. I've seen a person just have a registration of a dog, like the permanent paper, and he thought that was papers. You know what I mean? But it wasn't papers. So when they did the breeding, the mom couldn't get registered because that person never even sent the permanent registration slip in to get the pedigree. You see what I'm saying?
Well,
So I've seen it.
you can just send. Now I'm gonna tell you what I do, what I've
All right, go
done.
ahead.
You
Go
can
ahead.
send the paper. You can send the papers in. You can send her papers in with the litter application, and then it'll come back, and then you just select what you want on the back of her paper. You select how many generation pedigree you want, and
If that
I know the ADBA, and they'll just send her papers back, and then they'll send back the papers to the puppies.
if that person don't got the papers in,
You say if that person, what person you talking about?
so I'm saying like if a person is doing basically like this, if me and you was doing a collaboration breeding together, me and
Okay.
you, say I got a female, you got Ramrod. Say I just got the permanent registration slip. I never sent it in to get the pedigree and all that. So the dog ain't really in my name. It's really still in Nell Mac name,
Right,
right?
right, okay.
Because I never sent it in. So
Okay.
now me and you do that breeding, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? You can't get the papers because I never sent the mother's registration slip in. You know what I'm
That's what I'm
saying?
saying. That's what I'm saying. When you do the breeding, when you do the breeding, you just send in her papers with the puppy application, the litter application.
Right. I hear what you're saying, but I'm saying if you was to cut me out the deal, then it is no mother on the registration.
Hold on, let's be a little bit more clear. Who owns the dam and who owns the side? Do you own the dam? I own the dam.
Let's say I own the dam.
You own the dam and I own the daddy.
You own Ramrod.
Okay, so you bought your
Right.
female from Nell Mac.
Yep. Let's say I bought my female from Nell Mac.
Nell Mac gave you the paperwork in his name though, right?
Right. I never
Nope.
sent it in.
Right, so that's what I'm saying.
So
You can send that paper. You can send those papers in once you send in the paper, the litter to the puppies, the application to the
but
puppies.
listen, I'm
Okay.
saying it. What I'm saying is, say you wanted to do something slimy and cut me out the deal.
Now, hold on. Who wanted to my me?
Yes.
Now, how can I do? Now, how can I cut you out the deal?
So what I'm saying is, what if you saying, you know what, man, Duro got his paperwork right. Let's just say somebody being slimy. Duro got his paperwork right. I'm gonna just go ahead and register the pups on the dad side. You know what I'm saying? You don't got the mom paperwork.
But hold on, you got the litter because you got the female. You got the mama dog.
All right. But let's say, all right, you're right. You're right. Let's say it's the other way around then. Let's say it's the other way around. You got the female, I got the male.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Let's say you say, yeah, man, I want to cut Duro out the deal. You know what I'm saying?
So you saying you got the male and I got the female.
You got the female.
I got
And
the
you just
female.
said, yeah. And you just said,
And
you
I
know
want
what,
to
man?
cut you, and I want to cut you out the deal.
Yeah. So all of a sudden now, you just going, I don't got the paperwork for my mail. So all of a sudden now
Okay.
you just gonna register the mother. You're gonna register through the mother. You know what I'm saying?
Now you can't do that. You can't do. I ain't know. You can't register to one side.
Now-
You gotta have a mom in
now-
it.
No, some registries will let you do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, some registries will let you do it. Now we ain't talking about UKC or nothing big, but some registries will let you do it.
Okay.
You see what I'm
Oh.
saying?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you'll see that happen on sometimes occasions when you're doing collaboration breedings too. Like you'll see
Okay.
somebody try to snake somebody, try to do something, and now all of a sudden you saying to yourself, like you're like, oh man, like I'm like now you stuck because you don't have the pop or you don't have the mom. You know what I'm saying? You don't have the paperwork in there. So now you like if you got to pup back off of it or whatever the case may be, especially if you got to pup back off of it. And you don't got no paperwork at all because they never registered the litter. And they were supposed to register the litter, but they never did. You know what I'm saying? So now you sitting up there, you like, man, your puppy ain't got no paperwork. I've seen that happen too.
Okay.
So the thing about it is that that's why it's hard, and you got to make sure that everybody business is up to par before you do those type of breedings.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because it'd be a lot of that side stuff, man. It'd be a lot of side stuff like in the back end, like you know what I mean? Like you don't have to do that, but then sometimes people just, hey man, I'm gonna just try to register the dogs myself. You know what I mean? Because then sometimes also in that breeder's defense, like sometimes the other person might be dragging their feet. You know what I'm saying? They ain't as potent as you. They ain't trying to do it as fast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They buy them paper. You get them paper. They put it on top of the refrigerator, put it in the drawer, and don't never look at it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right.
I be telling people, I be like, man, just go ahead. But people just got it ain't really a priority. To them, they just know I got papers on them, but it be in my name, in the breeder's name, and yeah.
But I got papers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
sometimes people just happy with that. I like what Roadwood said. Roadwood said what is the fee based on as the owner of the mail? That's a good question, because you know why it's a good question though. Why I like that question personally is because of the simple fact that you definitely want to be paying for genetics, consistency, the productions, and definitely the reputation that the dog that you paying the stud fee for. So I like that question, Roadwolf, because of the simple fact that you're saying to yourself, like you say, okay, what is it based on? What am I giving you this stud fee for? All right, so if it's strictly for genetics, and let's say it got all of the above. It got genetics, consistency. You know what I'm saying? It has great productions, whatever the case may be. Let's say it got all of that, then that's what the stud fee on. But let's just say it's directly for genetics. Let's just say, like, man, look, I just want some of that DNA with what I got going on.
Uh-huh.
You know, then I think you gambling at that point because like you might have the DNA, but me personally, I want consistency. So if I get a stud fee, I don't need one, but this is hypothetically speaking. If I had a stud fee, if I needed a stud fee, I want consistency, and I want a stud fee because that dog, I see what that dog produce. I see the productions, I see everything. I like it. It got good genetics, everything. It got all of the above. That's what I'm paying for. But then sometimes people just want genetics. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes people just want, like, man, look, man, I just want some of that Jeep and that rascal blood. That's all that matters to them. So that's why they want a stud fee. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that question. Yeah, I like the answer that you just said, Duro. I would have said the same thing. Yeah, I would have said the same. I would have answered the same way, Ro.
Appreciate that. A lot of salutes. Brotherhood, sisterhood. A lot of salutes. Look at that. Man, you guys really be making me happy, man. You know what I mean? With the brotherhood and the sisterhood. How can you register a pup without both siren dam on the paperwork, or do you mean get the pups the partial registration available so you can do certain events but can't breed? Well, yeah, they do that too though, 416. But also, yeah. Now let me break it down, okay? Because I don't want nobody thinking they could do this with ABKC or they can do this with UKC or ADBA or any major registry. This is like back in registries that you can do that with, that I've seen that happen with. Like you can have the paperwork that just literally just be the mom side, or the paperwork could just be the dad side. And the mom ain't got no pedigree, or the dad ain't got no pedigree, but the mom got all the pedigree. I've seen it. And then some registries that's like on the lower end, they'll let that slide because technically that's paperwork. They say that technically, like a lot of registries say technically just your dog on the paper is paperwork. So meaning, like, say you got to register it, so all it says is 416 kennels blaze on it, right? So now when you get your paperwork, all it say is 416 blaze on it, but they consider that as paperwork. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta, like, you breed blaze, you'll get pedigrees from that registry that got just blaze on it, and you'll get a certificate and everything. You know what I'm saying? It just got blaze on it. Now, to me, that ain't a pedigree. You know what I mean? That, to me, that's
a starting point, ain't it?
Not that type of. I mean, the pedigree has to start from somewhere, yes, but to me, that's not paperwork. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the pedigree has to start from somewhere, absolutely. But that's not paperwork to me. Like, that's just like a dog. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no family tree on the paperwork. You know? Havoc 360. Salute, brother. Yellow.
Salute, Havoc. Salute, Havoc.
You.
Salute. Big salutes. Mel A has a lot of names in his pedigree, but no real work itself. And Mel B has no known dogs, but proof of work and proven offspring. Stud fee aside, what stud are you going with? Okay, let me read that one more time. Mel A has a lot of names, but no real work itself. Mel B has no dogs, but proof of work and proven offspring. Stud fee aside, what stud are you going with?
B.
That's a good question.
I'm going with B.
You said B, Yellow? Why?
Oh yeah, because he got his proof of his offspring is proven, and he proof of him working. See, I think what Rogue is saying, like in the pit bull world, like you look at a pedigree
Mm-hmm.
online, right? You look at a ped online and it's lit up with red dog, some dog name and red all over the ped, just red. And but you breed to the dog or the dog that got all the red dogs behind his pedigree, all the champions per se. But then hell, he can't produce nothing. But then you
Right.
got Mel B, who got he got just his stuff ain't known. He ain't, you know what I'm saying? He ain't. That's sort of like with me, like with my like a lot of my dogs ain't known. They won't get known in the pit. You start going way back to maybe like the 5th, 6th generation. Then you will
Mm-hmm.
kind of start knowing some of the dogs. But it's still growing. It's still producing good working dogs. You know what I'm saying? So without it being known, without people known as far as being popular, or people just know about it. So yeah,
Right.
I'm gonna go with B. I'm gonna go with Mel B. Yeah, I'm gonna go with B all day.
Okay. Okay. So I don't think I would go with either, just to be honest. But
Okay, wow.
I would be curious about Mel A. For the simple fact that Mel A has a lot of names in his pedigree, but I want to know um, what's up with Mel A. Why he don't have no real work himself? What's up with him? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's up with him? Like, what they doing with him? You know what I'm
Mhm,
saying? For him to even be considered. You know what I mean? For
mhm.
him to even be like there, like, what's up with him? Like, is he about to start being in some work and about to do this and about to do that? Is he about to do that?
Nah, it's
Uh,
just that the people on his offspring chose to work those puppies. So
We talking
all
about
his
for Mel B.
yeah, male A, all his offsprings is known because the people that got the puppies have been going to shows and performing and whatnot. So now you got a whole bunch of big names coming from such a stud, you know what I mean? But he ain't been doing nothing
mhm.
per se. But then
Okay.
you got people like Yellow was saying with B, you go to him, you know already know what you getting.
You already know what you're getting. Yeah,
You already
you
know
do.
he laying them out. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I do.
So I think people work both angles. Some breeders try to get people to show their dogs and put their dogs out there so that it can come full fledged as they get the recognition as well.
Mm.
But then you
See
got
what you're
some
saying?
people, word of mouth, man, that motherfucker right there, boy, you gonna get you a handful of puppies and they all gonna be healthy and they all look like the daddy and whatnot. I go with
Yeah.
B.
Yeah, I think B, just because he has proof of work and he has proven offspring, you know what I'm saying? I think Mel B would honestly be the right choice. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying the only thing I was saying is for Mel A to even be A or B, I would have to say like, well, what's going on with Mel A though? That's the only thing that I was kind of like, well, what's up with A though? Like, you know what I'm saying? But B has that consistency. He has that proven work. He has the productions. What I'm looking for and what I like, I want that. So that's what I would go with as well. I'm not gonna lie. That's a great question though, Road. That's a really great question. For real. What if a person used one of those pedigrees for like 5 generations? Huh? What you say? Somebody said something?
Nah, go ahead, bro.
Oh, nah, I ain't saying
Oh,
that.
uh, 416 said, but what if a person used one of those pedigrees for like 5 generations? Would it then be considered a legitimate pedigree at that point? Or the kennel club means nothing until it does. Multiple events per year. So he's saying like what you were saying, Matt, about the dog doing the shows and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say, me personally, I would say it'd be considered a legit pedigree at that point. But why would you use 5? Because most, unless you're trying to make a point, because most registries only really want you to use like up to 3 pedigrees, maybe 4. I mean 4 generations. Pardon me, not pedigrees, generations. So like to use 5, like you trying to prove its lineage, or at what, like, what I'm saying, what point would that really mean something? Yeah, facts, man. Facts 416. Dog might be fire from fire lines, but then the owner wanted a couch potato, so he could still potentially throw fire. Yeah, he can potentially throw fire. Uh, and that's where it differs. That's why I was saying, what's up with Mel A, right? 416, because it's one of those things where, depending on the dog. Now, if we talking about American bullies, then yeah, I'm going with dog A. You know what I'm saying? If we talking about American Pit Bull Terriers, I'm doing what Yella said. I'm going with dog B, because it comes from proven line. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be exactly what I need. It's going to have that consistency. It's going to have everything I need. So I'm going to go with that. But if I'm looking for show dogs, if I'm looking for that couch potato, or if I'm looking for a certain temperament in the dog, then yeah, I'm going to go with Mel A. You know what I'm saying? With the paperwork.
That's a good sum up. Yeah, you want to stay with the community on that.
Yeah. Rogue said, hold on, Rogue, I'm gonna get to that one. He said, I think the dog man woman is also as or more important as the pedigree, especially if I'm paying a stud fee. I definitely agree. I definitely want to do business with who you are as well as your dog, because I want to make sure that I'm getting what I necessarily 100% want. And I want to make sure that, you're doing what you're saying these dogs is going to be. If you're selling me a dream, then we're going to have a problem at your door. You know what I mean? Because you're selling me a dream. But if the dog is 100%, hey, you say, hey, Doro, look, man, I got couch potatoes. You know what I'm saying? I got couch potato bullies. This is what's going on. Blah, 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 blah. If Doro looking for a couch potato bully, I think I'm going to go ahead and I might just go ahead and do business with you. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm saying, hey, I got athletic bullies and I'm looking to pair my dog with another athletic bully, you know what I'm saying, to enhance what he already have, then no, I'm not gonna go with that couch potato, because he already has drive. So why would I dumb him down with a couch potato? That would make sense. You know what I'm saying? Especially not what I'm trying to do. So that wouldn't make sense for me. But I agree. If the owner is a couch potato, I'm not buying anything from them. That's not a couch. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't want no couch potato, man. You know what I mean? Like, that's just going to be a fat dog in the end. You know what I mean? And I don't just want no fat dog, man. That's a fact. But nothing on the terrier side is really going to be a couch potato. That's going to be a dog that's going to be a dog to work. So, you know what I mean? I can't make my dogs couch potatoes, man. They will tear my house up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Furniture, wood would be bid up, all types of stuff, man. Like, you know what I mean? If I'm 5 minutes late from taking them on their walk, yo, if I'm 5 minutes late, y'all, this is no lie. I got videos and proof to prove it. They will grab something and they will play tug of war. Like until I'm like, all right, let's go. I lie to you not, bro. Lie to you not. They're gonna find something. They're gonna grab a sock, a shoe. They're gonna grab a pillow. They're gonna grab a blanket. They're gonna grab something, yo. And they're gonna play tug of war until I say, hey, yo, all right, let's go. Like, so I can't do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just can't. I can't do that. That wouldn't be what I got. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I like that American bully that I have. I like that American bully. Like this, like he could do shows and all that, and that's cool. But what the way I'm trying to go is like I'm not trying to 100% go. Like he has the right temperament, he can do whatever, right? But I'm not trying to make him just a whole line of show dogs. Like, you know what I mean? Like he loves to jump and hang on stuff and all that stuff. Like, you know what I mean? So like that's one of those things. I'm not gonna take that away. I'm gonna let a dog be a dog. You know what I mean? That's just how I feel. Yeah, Rogue, I hear that. Breeders gotta care enough to be a dog. Yeah. To be a dog. Breeders gotta care enough to be dog present. Otherwise, it's not taken seriously enough to command cash money. I agree. Yup. I agree. That's a fact, yo. That's a fact. That's all facts, man. I like that conversation. I like that. Now let me ask you guys this, man. Let me ask y'all this. We kind of said something about it, but let's double back for a second. Let's talk about put back deals. Okay? Let's talk about those put back deals.
Okay.
All right? Because sometimes when you do a put back, you taking a pup instead of that money. You know what I mean? And when you gonna do a put back, when is it important to do a put back deal? Go ahead, Yella. Chat, y'all can tell me too.
Yellow drop.
Oh, hold on. Go ahead, Yella.
Okay, you said when is it important to what now? To do
When
a
is
put back?
When is it important to do a put back deal?
Well, when you do a breed and it's something that you want to add into your something that you think will be good for your program.
Facts.
Yeah, that's when I would do a put back. You're trying to build, build your foundation up. But you
Long
want to
term.
do a put back. But you're right, but you want to do a put back on the correct breeding. If you breeding to the, a certain female, you want to.
That's right. There you go, boy. There you go, boy. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. When a female is fire, y'all, that's when you want to get a put back deal. When you know 100% what you taking your male to, or what that breeding is going to be, you know that's going to be that fire. Hey, man, it's a son to mother inbreeding, or it's a line breeding. It's going to produce this. You double up on this, and this is going to be good. This is what I want. That's when you get your pup back. Go ahead, Gallo. I'm sorry, but you just said what I was going to say, brother. So go ahead.
Yeah, and just basically that's it. Just want to get something back off a fire, off a good female. If it's something that you gonna want to put back to keep into your program, because some people might want to put back and they might sell them. They might say, man, just give me two. I just take 2 puppies, and they'll sell the 2 puppies.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's something that you want to keep in your program, then you have to. Well, I don't say you have to. I think I would. The female got to be nice, though.
That's right.
She got to be nice. Oh, for sure.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I like that 100%. Mac, you agree or you got something else to say, Mac?
Oh, I totally agree.
What you eating? Some fried chicken, man?
We eat fried chicken.
Fried chicken, man.
Oh man.
Nah, but the way you said it, man, it make perfect sense.
Yes, sir.
Because
Yes, sir.
yeah, she got sometimes you'll run into a guy that got that want to double back, and you see what his dog done grew up into, and you be like, man, look here, bro, just give me one of those.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I agree. Another reason why I would take a putt back too is if the pedigree is strong too. If the pedigree is strong too, if the female was that work and I'm building long term, that's what I want to putt back for, because I'm looking for the long term look of my program and what I'm trying to develop. That's why I want to putt back. So that's why I feel like that would be important to do. Putt back or split litters. I agree, 416. That's a fact. Thank you. If I'm being honest, I want an active dog until they pant or hide the toy, and then the dog lying around when they want isn't a problem. Yeah. You tire them out, and then you see that, then that's what you want. I agree, man. Rogue, you're right. The way I take time out to make sure my dogs look good, though, nutrition so they can look good. I do the same about my body to my wife. Say my dogs look like me. We all look like gorillas. Oh, that's a good one, man. I like that one right there, man. Gorilla backs. I like that one right there. That's a good one, man. That made me laugh, bro. That's what I like to laugh, bro. That took me there. For sure. Rogue said, I do pup back deals if the female's fire related to my dogs, right? Or I'm just looking out for someone and I know they can't really afford to pay me. Okay. All right. I see that. But I agree with all of that, Rogue, because you want that pup back deal if the female is fire for sure. And related to your dog. That's a fact. That's your line breeding. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or your inbreeding. You know what I'm saying? Whichever one it is. And then, you know what I'm saying? Now you're just building off of that if you decide to keep that pup. So I definitely agree with you. That's thinking long term. You know what I mean? Tony, what up, man? Thank you for joining, Tony.
What up, Tony?
Nothing but that brotherhood up in here. Tony said, man, I'm going to read this, John. Tony said, salute, Duro, Nell Mac, Yella, Chat, Rogue, Wolf, Dellas, World, 416, GBK, Lorena, Mills, Bakari, Havoc, live your life, dogs. If I miss you, my bad, man. That's brotherhood right there, bro. You ain't had to take all that time to sit up here and write all that, except for the brotherhood and the sisterhood, man. So salute to Tony for that, man. I appreciate that, Tony. You know what I mean? Thanks for joining us, bro, as always. You know I appreciate it. You know what I mean? There go that brotherhood. There we go. There that go right there. Now let me ask you guys this. When is it not good to take a pup back?
When is it not? I would say, I guess, if you ain't got no room to keep a pup.
Oh, that's a good one.
You
Okay.
ain't got no room to house the pup.
Okay. That's a good one. I like that one. What else?
Let me see. You said, when is it not a good idea not to take a pup back?
Yeah.
Ooh. That can go so many different ways, though.
It can. But which way you take it? Which way you take it is which way we gonna go. Go ahead.
let's say you breeded somebody got oh, you breeded somebody dog, but you know the female, she got hung papers on her.
Ooh. We always got to go there, huh?
Yeah, you stud to her, you know what I'm saying? But you know her paperwork ain't correct. You do the breeding, but then I was thinking, but then you promoting it, you promoting his fraud. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because now you're putting puppies in his bitch so he can defraud people with fake, you know what I'm saying? Fake
Yeah.
pedigree pup. So I don't know,
Right.
you know, that's one of the things that I wouldn't take a pup back off of.
Yeah. Because of the papers being hung, you're not taking pup back on a hung paper dog.
Or if I did or if I did take the pup back, I would sell the pup without no paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say, me personally, Matt. I'm gonna get to you, Matt. And chat, tell me. Okay, Gorilla back. I see you already did it. All right, chat. Tell me why you wouldn't take a pup back. Tell me why you wouldn't. Just like Gorilla back did. All right, I'm gonna tell you why I would. Now we already talked about the female being fired. Why we would take a pup back. Not taking a pup back if the female is not fired. That's number one. If the female doesn't have that structure that I want, not taking a pup back. Pretty much this breeding would be just trying to help, like Rogue said, just trying to help a person out. Just like, hey man, I'm gonna just go ahead and let you do this breeding, though I really don't want to, but I'm gonna go ahead and let you do this right here for the simple fact that um, I'm trying to help you out as my brother. You know what I'm saying? Or like Yella said, you don't have no space. And if you don't have no space, there's no plan for that puppy. So if you don't have a plan for the puppy, why take the puppy, male or female, right? So you're only going to take the female or the male or whatever the pup is. You're only going to take that back when you have a plan for the puppy. You're not going to take it back if you don't have a plan. So that's 100% right. If you don't have the proper structure to what you do, half of the time, I'm gonna be honest, me, forget that bread. Like I say all the time, it ain't about that paper. I got a job for that. But for me, if the female not up to par 9 times out of 10, I ain't doing it. Unless it's my buddy or something, and my buddy is saying, hey, Doro, man, look, she's 6. This will be her last situation. I love her. I want to keep, some of her blood. This is why I want to do this. Then yeah, I will do it. But otherwise, no. That's just a waste of a breeding at that point. Um, you always want to take a pup back because it upgrades your yard. You don't want to just take a pup back because you can. You know what I'm saying? Take it back because it upgrades what you have at that time. And that's how we all have to think when we doing this breeding thing. We all have to look at it. What does it add? Just like I was saying, like I take Pretty Boy to a female. I'm not taking Pretty Boy to a female just because I can. If I was going to do that, he would have 1,000 puppies. That's not the case. You know what I'm saying? I want, what I'm looking for. So that's why. You know what I mean? It's people ask me all the time, man, what's the stuff here? I ain't doing that, brother. I'm sorry. Because your dog ain't up to par to what I'm trying to do. And I'm not going to put that out there. You know what I mean? Because you ain't going to have people saying, look, this is what Pretty Boy Bang produced. No. No. We going to do it. It's going to add better to what he can produce. It's going to add better to what you already have. And that's why we doing it, to add better. Not just because we can. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always say collaboration. Canines, we do not chase trends. We don't just do things because we can. We do things because it's ethical. That's why we are who we are and why we all came together. That's why. Mac, you got anything to add on that side, Mac? Or you too busy chomping on chicken, man?
Man, that was good. Man, that was good. Summed it up on that one, babe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We cooking tonight, man. That's what we came to do. We came to fry some chicken on this live right here, man. We came to fry this show, man. That's what we came to do, y'all. You know what I mean? Since Yella and Mac always frying chicken, we came to fry some chicken on the show too, man. When the pup comes back with Easty Westy feet, high rares, and some more, absolutely no. That's exactly that, and that's what I'm saying, Gorilla Back. That's why I won't do it. Tony, yeah, no, we don't want that. I would take a few reasons, but that one comes to mind. If you don't know how the pup was treated, if you notice red flags, it is a no-go. Yeah, how the pup is treated as a young age is important, Dallas World. So not taking a pup back means you taking money, right? Yes. See, and that's the thing, though, Tony. So that's the thing, right? If you're not taking a pup back, then that means whatever your stud fee is and that person paid for it, if you want to do it, then yeah, you just taking the money. That's when you just taking the money for that one. You know what I mean? If it's fire, like I said in my comments on Instagram, if it's fire, I want the pup back. Because I want that first male, that first pick male, that first pick female, whatever it is. Or me, depending on what it is, I want that first pick male and I want that first pick female. That's just me. And I might take one more. I might take 3. So depending on your litter, you that's why a lot of people don't want to do business with me. Because it's just like, hey man, I want what I want. You know? That's just how it is. So yeah, if it's just a favor, man, like I said, if it's like for my friend, he like, yo, Duro, this our last one. She's 6, this our last one. She getting up there in age. I just want to, keep her blood. Then yeah, I'll do it as a favor. You know what I mean? I'll do it as a favor. Now I'm not gonna disregard your question, man. Your question is important, Tony. Regardless of what it is, regardless of what I said, man, it's important. We ain't discarding nothing. We get to the chat, y'all. But then I report them to make sure someone knows because of my moral. Yeah, for sure, Dallas World. For sure. If my partner got a dog, scrap the breeding and just put them on to something. I get you. I feel you. And just give them something that you got going on. I feel you. Yeah. But sometimes, what I realized, man? Let me tell you something, man. I know y'all in the chat, Yella. I know y'all all gonna understand me in this, man. Sometimes when you got a breeding and you go to your partner who got a dog, but their dog is not really up to par. And then you go to them and you say to them, like, yo, man, I got these pups available. They think you being rude to them. Like, man, why are you telling me? I already got a dog. I got him. Like, why I need another dog for it? But it's like, yeah. You know what I mean? So you try to put them on, but they ain't really they don't understand 100% what you trying to do. You know what I'm saying? And they don't understand that he just might not be it, or she might not just be it. So a lot of times people be stuck on things, and that's when that that mental toughness that we talk about come in at, where you can't get blinded by what you spent. Just because you spent 5,000, let's see if that 5,000 is really important. Is it really important to breed that dog because you spent 5,000, or it's like, yo, you know what, man? I just got to add that to the game. Sometimes you got to do that in this game right here. That don't mean you got to produce high rears and easty westy feet and other things just because you got. Sometimes you got to do ethical things, man. You know what I mean? So I totally agree. Oh, okay, brother. Well, I'm glad I answered that for you. You know what I mean? 100 always, man. But the thing is, I don't care. So even if I answered it, you put it in my joint, I'm gonna make sure that I get to your comment, brother. That's just how that's how we do it. You know what I mean? We ain't skipping nobody. Everybody is important over here in Duro Lounge. Because without you guys, Duro Lounge is just us talking.
We in the lounge, baby.
You know what I mean? I feel you. My friends know I'm rude already. Be rude to your friends, guys. Hey, man, sometimes you have to. Tony, sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to be rude because sometimes you got to tell them, like, yo, that ain't it. That ain't it, bro. Like, you didn't, I feel like you didn't got everything you could get out of that dog right there. You know what I mean? You let's do something else. You know what I mean? That's how you gotta sometimes let it be known, bruh. You know what I mean? Let it be known. What if the shoe was on the other foot and your partner brings a putt back to you and add to your program? Okay, well let's say for instance, I'm not like that though. I'm not sensitive like that. So if my friend is bringing me a putt back, whether it's a male or a female, if that putt fire, hey man, thanks for the stud, gang. What you talking about? Thanks for the stud, gang. You know what I mean? Now that's two fire boys on the yard. Like, what you mean? I wouldn't take it no way. I wouldn't feel like that though. But it's some people that feel they be in their feelings about stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like some people just feel like their dog is just so fire that nothing else matters. Even if that dog, they see the dog that's in front of them and the puppies and they see the productions. Yeah, well, I got her. You know, what I'm gonna get that one for? They don't care about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's that's just how it is sometimes. You know, sometimes it's hard to upgrade people. You know what I mean? Regardless of what it is. Like we all got that homie. Let's get off of dogs for 1 second now. We all got that one homie who wears certain thing, whether it's let's say they wear LeBrons. Right? Let's say they wear LeBrons, y'all. Nobody really wear LeBrons, but let's say they wear LeBrons and you tell your homie, like, y'all go shopping, you like, yeah, man, get these J's right here, man. You know, y'all at the Nike outlet and they got these files right here, you know, for $100. These files right here is fire. They don't sell. They got a size. You try to put them on. Hey man, with that hat and that shirt you just bought, that's fire right there, gang. Go on, put that on. Go on, get those. That's only 100, cuz. And they look at you and they like, nah, bro. I seen some bronze back there that's the same color, got the same colorway. I mean, those Jones only 88 or $65. I'm gonna just get those. Why? You know, some people just loyal to certain things, so you can't really upgrade them to a sense that you like, you know what? Let me really put you on. You know what I'm saying? Or you try to put your homie on like, yo, man, no, you want to get the double gum soled Timbs, bro. Not the regular Timbs, man. But let's just say, since they was a kid, they mom always got them the regular gum soled Timbs. They ain't talking about those double soles. You know what I'm saying? They don't know nothing about it. You feel me? So it's the same thing. It's the same thing, man. It's the same
Man, I used
thing.
to go to my uncle and be like, boy, I just got that dial in, boy, for a better price. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and stay with my connect, man. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Certain people is just loyal to certain things, man. So at certain times you can't, no matter what it is, they don't want to change it because they just stuck on that thing. You know what I'm saying? Now, let me ask you guys this. Chat too. Chat. Come back, chat, because y'all ain't said nothing. Chat, where you at, man? Where you at, chat? Y'all ain't said nothing, chat. All right, understand this. Now, let me tell y'all, what's the most important way to raise a good pup from a pup to adult. You know what I mean? So y'all can tell me some of the ways that y'all do, and we gonna tie it all in. You know what I mean? What's some of the ways? What's some of the things y'all do to raise a good pup? You know what I'm saying? From that pup stage to a really good adult.
Well, I would say depending on what you know playing. If you let's say you, for instance, you want a show dog, you want a dog that you're gonna show.
Mm-hmm.
You want to feed it. You know, of course, keep it worm, keep it fed good, keep it deworm.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say socializing real good. If you're gonna be in the show arena,
Right.
socializing real good. You know, take it to PetSmart, let it ride around with you in the car. Take it to PetSmart, let it get socialized with people, let it get used to different sounds and stuff like that. That's what I would do. If it's a pup I plan on like being like a show dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think every dog deserves the reputations in order to be its best
Yeah.
potential it can be. You know, yeah, best. You know, just to break it down just a little bit, you know, you need to go through those reputations of different sounds when you get your puppy. Despite the nutrition and all that
That's
good
right.
stuff that we can
That's right.
chat
That's right.
GPA and Google to find out how to blend the food to mesh and all that stuff. That stuff is important, but when you talking about having a well balanced dog, you need to go through at least 4 or 5 reputations that will make sure that you have a balanced grown dog. Like Yellow was saying, bringing your dog around other dogs, other animals, different type of people, different smells, taking them to truck stops, Home Depot.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't suggest a dog park because everybody
No.
isn't trying to be educated on dog behavior and, you know, the signs and things of that nature. So I wouldn't do that in the beginning until you know you have a very well balanced structured dog.
Okay.
Because it takes that kind of dog to bring a dog that's not balanced into balance.
Woo. Okay, Mac.
And that's what I'm doing with Big Mama now. That's why I paired up with her mom, because her mom seems to calm her down. Like her mom doesn't bark and stuff like that. So she's bringing her into adulthood.
That's right. And dogs learn from other dogs.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, boy. All right. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Yeah, I like that, man. Man, I gotta fix the soundboard, y'all. These are the shows I need the round of applause, man. You know what I mean? Though we got the round of applause on here, you know. It ain't the same.
Yeah, it seemed like the show game is stepping up on these platforms. Well, they bringing the lights, the music, the noise,
Well, you know who started it. Ain't nobody has sound effects but us. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody has sound effects but us. We started that, man. And can't nobody tell me nothing different. Cause ain't nobody had no sound effects. So I got the soundboard. I was the first YouTuber to bring the soundboard because all the soundboards was over there at Twitch. Tell me I'm lying. You can't.
I
That's
guess I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not a YouTuber. I just got introduced to this world. I always been.
Hey man, we YouTubing right now.
Yeah, but you know, I always thought even when I uploaded my videos, I always thought that I was just doing it just to be able to look at myself, and I didn't know that it was for a crowd.
It takes some time to get used to.
Yeah, I didn't take it serious at all.
I feel you. Let me say what I feel. and this is for this is for all of us, for the young guys coming up that listen to the show, to everybody who inspired to be a dog woman or a dog man or is. This is how I feel. Number one, when you're raising those pups, make sure the environment is clean, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that environment is clean. I always say that, and I'm never going to change. That helps your puppy in so many ways than you understand. Early stimulation, y'all. Talking to those pups, touching those pups, not doing too much, but talking to those pups, letting them hear your voice, y'all. You know what I mean? Letting them see how it feel to be touched by a human. You know what I'm saying? Early stimulation is very, very important. You already know how I feel about nutrition. Nutrition is one of those things where I feel like, you know, that's where you really gonna get the dog you want. You know, when that diet is the correct diet. Because a lot of times you can look at a dog. I know I can look at a dog and I can say that dog is on the wrong diet. You know what I'm saying? That's not the good diet for that dog. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the times, excuse me, a lot of people don't know. But this is facts, y'all. The vets don't know how to feed the dogs that we have. They don't understand that, yo. They don't know what a American Bully is. They don't know what an Amstaff is, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So they'll tell you that your American Bully is supposed to be 65 pounds. You know what I'm saying? In all reality, the way your dog is built, all that girth that your dog got to grow into, your dog can be up to, let's say, 88 pounds or something like that, 100 pounds or something like that. But they don't know. They just judging of what they think looks like a pit bull. All right. So that's how we want to keep things, you know, at that level that we want to be at. All right. And once you start doing that, you want to always make sure you start in that good environment. You know what I'm saying? That environment where, you know, you can desensitize your dog early, your puppy early. Putting sounds on from the TV just worked. That's how I did it. For every dog I get, water bottles that you're not using anymore. You know what I mean? Trash bags, anything that make noise that's a different sound. You know, have them walk on different surfaces as puppies. Not nothing where it's gonna mess up their joint or have a jumping down stuff now, y'all. But I'm talking about in a controlled environment. You know what I'm saying? You giving them the growth and the stimulation that they need, so they have great confidence. They'll have the exposure that you need them to have. They won't be walking down the street scary. They won't be skittish. You know what I'm saying? They won't be a dog that's unsure of themselves. Nobody wants that dog. You know what I'm saying? And you just don't want a weak dog. You know, you just don't want a weak dog. So you want to make sure that you cleaning up. The environment is you know, the right temperature for them. You know, you want to make sure that you got everything that you need. Deworming at the time you're supposed to deworm it. It's important. You know what I mean? Nutrition, the time that you're supposed to give them that right nutrition, it's important. All right. Desensitizing is important. All right. So you want to make sure that you're doing all these things, and that's what's going to help you get a confident dog. Some people try to do too much. And, you know, that's the people that I just disagree with, because you try to do too much, then you can make a scary dog trying to do too much with a puppy now. You got to understand. And depending on the breed of the dog, some puppies are easier to break than others, but you got to understand that you can break a puppy really fast at a young age. So don't try to do too much while it's very young. Take your time with it. It's no rush. The pup gonna grow up to be what you want it to be. No worries. You know, no worries. But take your time, have the consistency, Whatever you're going to do, keep that format for the dog, y'all. I mean, yes, dogs can change. Dogs can change and learn new times, to eat. But puppies get confused. If you've been feeding a puppy at 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock, look at 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock, they ready to eat. A dog can determine and be like, okay, well, I guess it ain't time for me to eat yet. You know what I mean? A puppy can. So don't get, you know, upset at the puppy because it's in your face and it's ready to eat. They don't understand the time change yet. You know what I mean? Because you got to understand, they got off their mom, and got on their mom at a certain time. So you got to understand that. It's the same thing. So even when you wean them off, you still feeding them around the same time. So understand that your keepers or your litters that you keep or whatever's going on, however you run your yard. But I'm just saying, just give your puppy time and understand it. You'll get a better dog than trying to push it too young. You know what I mean? You're gonna make a scary dog. You're gonna make a dog that's unsure of itself because you're trying to push it too hard. So make sure that you're pushing it the right amount, not to the max. It's a puppy, not to the max, but give it the right amount. You know what I mean? And then you keep building on that. You'll get a great dog that way, y'all. You'll get a great dog, man. I don't have problems. No dog I had has ever put their tail between their legs. No dog I ever had has ever heard a truck or a loud car radio and decide they was gonna run. You know what I'm saying? Fireworks go off. I walk in my dogs. My dogs do not try to run away from me. You know what I'm saying? So you got to understand, desensitizing to different sounds, y'all. Go on Google. Don't blow out their eardrums now, but put it to a certain level that's comfortable however far you got them from the TV or a speaker or something, and just get trash truck sounds. You know what I'm saying? Get construction sounds. You know what I mean? Get stuff that they might hear wherever you are. And then when you go to these places, when you go to Tractor Supply, when you go to Home Depot, Home Depot got the cars that beep when they ride, beep, 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 when they ride by. You know what I'm saying? You don't want them to run from that. They got different carts being slammed together against each other, and those things that you put the drywall on and you pushing, you know what I mean? All of these different things that's at Home Depot, that's at Tractor Supply, that's at all these other places. You know what I mean? I start young. I don't put my dogs on the floor, but every puppy I get, I take them to Target, PetSmart, Tractor Supply, and I hold them. You know what I'm saying? I'm holding the puppy, not on the ground. I'm talking about when they're too young to touch the ground yet. You know what I mean? I'm talking about that point of time. But I put them on I hold them. You know what I mean? So I do my little shopping, not too much where I can't control, like I got too many bags and I got my puppy. But I got it to a point where they're going to hear different sounds. They're going to ride with me. They're going to hear my radio. They're going to hear my speakers. Not till I blow their eardrums out, but they're going to hear boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? They're going to hear that. So they're used to that. They're going to understand how the car sound, how the car feel when you turn, how the car feel when it's just, the engine just running. All of that stuff is important. Trust me.
Yep. And aside from sounds, from experience, man, crate training is very experienced, or it's very important, or they gonna hate to be in any occlusion.
I was getting there, but go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Aside from the sound, because trust me, we all learn from our mistakes, and we all trying to grow to make a better dog. And
right.
If you miss that crate training, you're gonna see some signs. They're gonna tear up the house. They're gonna bark. They're gonna do some things that tells you that they don't want to be in there. So if you
Right.
train them to be in there, and that's a happy place,
Mm-hmm.
then you'll have a, a better life.
Right.
Trust me.
Right. That's right. And when you do crate training, this is what I do how I do crate training, and my dogs just adapt to it really well. This is what I do. I let them know that this is where they're gonna eat. So, like, if you go back in my shorts when I got Pretty Boy, I put Pretty Boy in the crate. I let him drink his milk. Like, he was drinking milk in his bowl, right? I let him drink his milk. I got him out, right? Then I made his crate like real comfortable. I made it real comfortable. I had some blankets, everything in there. So I let him know. I let him come out. He run around, get tired, get crazy. And then I know, when a puppy is tired because they start acting a fool. You know what I mean? You can tell when they start acting a fool, they just doing any old thing. So then as soon as you grab them and you put them in the crate, they start resting. You let them rest. Leave them alone. Let them get their sleep. Let them get their sleep. They're going to understand, okay, I'm safe right here. I'm cool right here. You know what I'm saying? When you do too much and you trying to do too much, because I know some people, they'll put the puppy in there, then they throwing stuff at the crate. Yeah, he going to understand it this way. You don't got to do all that, man. I don't know where that trend came from. I don't know who started that, but you do not have to do that. Okay? You don't have to do that. All right? You can literally make your dog feel comfortable. Once a puppy feel comfortable in the environment, the puppy is going to adapt. They're going to understand, okay, I take my naps in here. Okay, I don't pee in here. That little area over there that my human took me to, that's where I pee at. That's where I'm going at. That's where I'm doing my poop at. I'm going over there. They understand that. So once you do all that and you take your time, and they go in depth, that's why I say, whatever you start doing, keep doing it. Do not change up. Don't change up. Continue to do what you're doing the way you're doing it. So whatever format you got, keep it the same way, yo. Keep it the same way. They're going to adapt. So that way you don't get dogs biting out of crates, breaking teeth, costing you money. That way you don't get dogs breaking out of crate. Now you got a kennel accident. That way you don't got dogs breaking out of crates. Then bitch your friend that came over, or your nephew, or your aunt, or your uncle, or whatever the case is. You don't got that. You don't got no dogs jumping up like they ain't got good sense trying to get out of whatever situation they in. They cool because they know it's cool. That's how you do that. And you break that cycle. So then you don't have to worry about them doing too much. You know what I mean? You don't got to worry about none of that. You know what I mean? So you kind of want to make sure your dog understands that at a young age. And once they do, trust me, y'all, they will. But you have to stay consistent on what you're doing. Whatever you're doing. However you do it, whatever times you do it, stay consistent with it. And that's going to go lead into all the way to your training, your potty training. When they start to learn to go in the yard, or if you got to take them for a walk, they're going to start understanding, okay, I go out here. So I don't go in that little place that my human had, because that place not there no more. I don't go there no more. So now this is where I go. Okay, cool. And it's going to take some time for them to get, it's going to take some time for them to get, acclimated to them doing that. But you let them. You don't get mad. You let them understand. All right? When they understand, cool. That's if you got house dogs. If you don't got house dogs, just don't apply. Let it fly. Let what I'm saying fly. I'm saying if you got house dogs, if you got inside, outside dogs,
shit, even the outside dogs, Duro, because they gonna be menace to the neighbors if you don't do some kind of training.
Absolutely. But that's a different type of training, not really pooping. You know what I'm saying? Not really pooping in a kennel, because they got outside, then most of the time people just let their dogs poop in the kennel. You know what I'm saying? Some people let their dogs out, outside the kennel and poop in the yard, and then, run around, then go back in the kennel, and then stuff like that. But then sometimes people just let them poop in a kennel, then they just clean the poop up. So it just depends on how
I'm
you
talking
are.
about far as the barking and the tearing up the inclusions, they housing.
Oh yeah,
You
that's
know what I
very
mean?
important.
If you don't run some kind of drill or let them know this is the happy place,
That's very important.
they're gonna be menaces.
Yes, sir. Yes, they will.
Can't just stick them in there. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Unless you build, I noticed looking at Yellow videos, he built a line of dogs that they start off in their conclusion, so they through generations they know how to house and what to expect, basically what I'm saying.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing new. You know what I'm saying? He's been running the same drills.
Yes. And that's how you get that consistency now. That's how you get that consistency where they understand what you got going on. They're going to understand and they're going to adapt to it well. Plus, also, if you have an older dog or older dogs on the yard, that puppy is going to learn from the older dogs. That's a fact. They're going to learn from that. So whatever bad habits that your older dogs got, your puppy is going to learn those bad habits because they watching. Trust me. They watching. They are watching. And they learn, yo. This is what people don't understand about dogs, too. You can be watching. Say I'm watching Yella. Yella got Ramrod hanging, on a spring pole, and he on a tree, and he hanging from the spring. My puppy can watch that and be like, yeah, I'm about to do that. That's what happens. You know what I'm saying? So if you got dogs and they doing this type of activity, they're gonna learn that from that. That's what they're gonna do. So that's just how it is. So whatever bad habits that your dog got that you don't want it to have or you do want it to have, it's gonna learn from those older dogs. Oh, for sure. Believe it. Believe it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I'm sure you see things all the time, Yella, because you be having your puppies, you know what I'm saying, not too far from your big dogs.
Right.
I learned that from Cesar Milan.
I ain't never watching.
Oh, you never watched the dog whistle?
Nah.
Oh, man.
Nah.
I was a fan when he had
Red Man dog. Daddy. Yeah, Daddy. Yeah.
Yeah, I never watch him. Somebody in that thing, man. Who driving? All I hear is an engine.
My bad. I had to make a little steezo run.
No,
back on mute.
No, you good. You in that thing, huh, man? You got something heavy under the engine, huh?
Yeah, man.
Okay. Yeah.
Camaro.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I love cars, man. I can tell. I can always tell, man. You know what I mean? I can always tell when I hear that. Yeah, I already know, man.
Already.
Yep. Yes, sir. But that's a fact. So that's a fact, y'all. So when whatever you won't want your dogs to learn from another dog, that's when you got to break from your older dogs. You got to let your older dogs understand this is not acceptable, and you don't want your pups to grab that same thing because then you're gonna have to break that from them. So just understand that. You know what I mean? Understand that, man. Because I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Like one time, this is back in one time I was watching Thompson Kennels, man, and he had one of his dogs on this little thing. It was hanging and biting and man, next thing I know, Dice had a rope, man, and she was hanging and biting, and I was like, where'd she get this from, man? She learned it from me watching Thompson Kennels, man. So it's just like one of those things, like they can learn from the TV and they can learn from the environment or other dogs. So it's true, man. So whatever you put out there for your dogs is definitely what you would get. Now, some things like my dogs, I like how they are. So like, you know, when I get other pups, I want them to learn from them because I like 100% how they are, all the way. You know what I mean? All the way. They know when it's a threat. They know when it's not a threat. You know what I'm saying? But Chanel don't like nobody. So like, you know, like her, I gotta watch her. She don't like nothing or nobody. So I can't just be like Pretty Boy a little bit more nicer. You know what I'm saying? But as a pup, that's why I named him Pretty Boy because, like, you know, he was one of those dogs that he was one of those puppies that was like, you know, yeah, my mush ain't mushy enough. You know, if it didn't have a certain consistency to his liking, he wouldn't eat it. So
So
you
he
know what I
was
mean?
kind of
That's
bougie.
he was bougie. That's how I named him Pretty Boy Bane. Because I say, well, he had muscles like Bane, you know, like like Bane from Batman. And then, you know what I'm saying? Once I put hands on him and I picked him up, and I said, man, I said, this dog is prissy as hell. You know what I mean? Like he bougie as hell, not prissy. He bougie as hell, man. Like he was like, man, listen, he loved his mush, but his mush had to be a certain way. You know what I mean? Because I got him a little bit early than the 8 weeks. So, you know what I mean? I might have said this before, but I got him a little bit early. So, you know, I still had to make mush and stuff like that for him. So, like, if it wasn't to his liking, you know, I had to do that thing again. I had to blend that thing again, man, because he wouldn't eat. So he was just one of those dogs, you know, and I just named him Pretty Boy Bane, man. You know what I mean? I put it on the paperwork, Pretty Boy Bane, because I was just like, man, he a pretty boy. Look at him. He a pretty boy.
Man, I ain't
But
gonna lie, man. The more you show him, the more I be like, God damn, that dog look good.
yeah. Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah, he
Thank you,
nice.
man.
I was
With his
sleeping
even
on him.
with his ears, he nice.
Yeah, he a sleeper. I was sleeping on him, but the more you put him in a little light, that motherfucker nice and thick, little head. I love the muzz on him.
Yeah. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
I see your vision, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's my boy, man. But I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, y'all. I love y'all dogs too, man. Y'all know that. You
Oh
know what I
yeah.
mean? Y'all know that. I'm humble with it though, man. I'm not gonna be all, yeah, you know what I mean? Nah. I'm humble with it, man. And I appreciate that, man. A lot of people sleep on them though. A lot of people sleep on them. A lot of people sleep on them. But it's different though. You know, when people see him in person, that's how I know. I don't worry about the pictures and stuff, but it's the oohs and ahs I get when I'm out with them. You know what I mean? That's when I'm like, yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's the effect. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's people come up to me all the time. What is that? That's a pretty pit bull. I'm like, man, this ain't a pit bull. You know what I'm saying? Like it's I get that all the time. So it's like, you know, that type of thing. Like, you know what I mean? But it's like, hey, man, you know, I don't even Mac. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, bro. For
Already.
sure. For sure. The outcross with the lady in the future. You talking about the pup that you get. I feel you. Yeah, and that's kind of like a co-own too, man. 100, Tony. What I look at the physical and mental. I want the dog to be healthy, performing whatever task it is as a dog and be stable enough and have a bomb proof temperament. Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I like, man. GBK, I mainly said that because sometimes people have a problem with their kennel being associated with the breeding. Yeah. If it's your friend, just tell them. If it's an established kennel, they're gonna have a problem with it. Yeah, you ain't lying. Depending on who it is. Some people is definitely bougie. Yeah, Mac, dog parks are never. No. I'd rather have my dog handle a bear than some of the dog parks too. Too many Karens and too many Fifis that never bite.
Oh,
Hey,
God.
hey, Della's World, you ain't lying, man. It is a whole bunch of Karens, man. But not only that, man, there's always germs there too. So watch those dogs part too, man, because it's always germs, man. People don't be vaccinating or deworming their dogs either, man.
I see a lot of people in daytime court too, so people be looking to sue you.
They do, especially depending on the breed that you have. If you got a certain breed like we got, they definitely gonna target you, y'all. They definitely gonna target you. They definitely gonna be like, oh yeah, that's a pit bull. Yeah, they gonna mess with you, man. Trust me, I know. Yeah, they be trying to see get your dog put down, all of that stuff, man. Yeah, yeah. That's why I don't go to. I'll find a lot of something that's like fenced in that and I'll go at a certain time where I know nobody else is gonna be around. You know what I mean? That's what I do because I ain't got time for that. I see a lot of people preface they're studying with approved females only. Yeah, and that's why though, Tony, because you definitely want a approved female. Like I don't want to just go to any old thing because I can. Like, you know what I'm saying? Though it is good for your dogs to, we all know this, to, let out, their semen and stuff and not have so much in them. But, at the same time, there's ways around that. If y'all know what I mean, we don't have to say that, but there's ways around that if you don't have something around that you're going to do that with, right? And then also, I'm only want something that I know that's going to give me, better. I don't want something that's going to make it, like, oh man, like, that ain't better. You know what I mean? That's just something just to do, just because it's here. Javi, what up, Javi? You know what I mean? Salute, man. Brotherhood with the salutes for Javi, man.
Yeah. Hey, I was
What up,
listening to
man?
a celebrity podcast, and they was making fun of a guy because he a breeder, and they was like, "Man, you be jacking your dog off for a living."
Yeah, I heard that, but let me tell you what, the guy that jacks his dog off, his dog is gonna live a longer life than a person who does not help their dog release. You know what I'm saying? When they need to. So that's very important. That's very important to do. Della's World, good night, man. Thanks for checking it out, checking us out, man. Being with us as always, bro. We'll see you next time. We'll see you next time for sure. But yeah, man,
y'all ain't too far behind.
No, but we ain't too far behind because this one of those shows that I don't want to be a dead horse. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's one of those shows where it's like, man, this is a good one right here. And I want to come back and listen to it, and I want other people to come back and listen to it and be like, man, they was just blabbing about nothing at this part. I want to keep the lives like, on track, how we be keeping them on track. Because then that lets the audience know that, you know what I'm saying, even though we barbershop dog talk over here and how we construct our show, but we're not just a show that's going to, like, of course we can get off topic and talk about other things. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is the way we're going to construct it is going to keep everybody still, entertained and, keep their ears listening and their minds going as we give the game. And you know what I'm saying, that's what I like about how we doing things now. You know what I mean? So salute to my brothers, because y'all came up with this topic, man. You know what I mean? Y'all came up with this topic. Y'all came up with us doing this thing right here. And this was a good show, man. Every show I comment, if it's a good one, I comment my new favorite show. And this is one of my new favorite shows, man.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? That's just one of my shows, one of those things, man. But yeah, man, we about to get up out of here, y'all. Because this show,
I used to listen to Yellow, man. I used to listen to him debating people on their podcast. Mm-hmm. And I used to just think in my head, man, this is an interesting guy. He do not back down for shit. No, you got to be clear about your shit when you talking to him.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. He don't back down at all.
I can't back down. I know I'm right.
for sure.
And then they turn around and put that on a marathon.
Well, you know why though, man. You know why.
Yeah.
You know why.
It's all good though.
Don't.
And then another thing, let me say that when you're let's say when you and I don't really like to, I'm not opinionated and I'm not argumentative. But when you just disagree, you state your point, people try to label you as being negative. And I'm like, I was labeled as all that on YouTube. He negative. I'm like, how I'm negative? Because I just disagree with what you saying. You know what I'm saying? So that's how people try to paint me like that just for just having a difference of opinion.
Because you ain't riding what they saying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, yep.
That's a fact, man. But you know what comes with that, man. Let me tell you this. This is something a little bit different than when this is what I realized about myself as well. When you have a strong mind and you know how to articulate what you're saying, that rubs certain people the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Then they think you being argumentative, or they thinking that you just looking just to disagree with them just because you want to. But a lot of times you disagreeing with them because you just disagreeing with them. Like you like, well, I don't feel that way. Just like you disagree with me last show. I didn't feel no type of way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, I don't feel that way, Doro. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? That's not something where I was saying, hey man, you better agree with me, boy. You know what I'm saying? People be doing that though, man. They be doing that. Like, you know what I'm saying? They be like, yo, man. So a lot of them type of podcasts, man, like those people that did the marathon and all those people and all that. Nah, man, listen, bro. We ain't like that over here. We keep it thorough. We keep it 100 over here. That's how we doing it. And we not gonna bring, you know what I'm saying? I know I'm not gonna bring, no BS to my brothers, you know what I'm saying? Or try to make my brothers look stupid or anything, because y'all don't agree with me or y'all don't this, that, and the third. Maybe y'all don't understand or seen what I seen or seen what I dealt with or 100% understand when I'm 100% saying to you, because even Bakari said this to me. You know what I'm saying? Bakari said, hey, Doro, you got to break it down to where a person can understand you, because, yeah, you understand this. You know what I'm saying? Because you did this or you dealt that. You was in there. You was in the vet field. But for the average person, some people can't keep up with that. They don't understand. So you're going to have to break it down to them where they understand that. Bakari, am I lying? Didn't you say that to me? So it's one of those things. It's like, for me, I know that maybe when Yella listened to it and he listened to it while he doing the yard or wherever, he come back and listen to the show, he might say, yo, you know what, man, Dora wasn't wrong. You know what I'm saying? I just don't do that for my dogs, but he wasn't wrong. You know what I'm saying? Well, I come back and I'm like, you know what, man, Yella wasn't wrong. What he said. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I like to do things. You know what I'm saying? I just like to do things that way. That I know that we are going to be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes we don't get everything while we on the show, y'all. That's 100%. Like, sometimes we don't get everything. Sometimes I listen back to the show. I'm like, dang, I didn't respond to that. What Nell Max said? I was supposed to say this at that point. You know what I'm saying? Dang, I didn't say that at this. I was supposed to say this when Yella said that. You know what I mean? I totally missed that point, or that part. And that's how it is. You know what I mean? That's how it is. So, our minds sometimes don't work like that. So we, we hear something, we might just totally disagree with it, but we might hear it on the back end and be like, oh, I know what you was really saying at that part. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes people ain't just trying to, crap all on you, man, and just disagreeing because they just want to disagree or just want to debate. Nah, sometimes you might just be wrong, or sometimes they just not feeling what you saying. You know what I'm saying? It don't mean nothing past that, man. You know, and that's just real talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Hit this guy go trolling, man. We not in our Whitney. No, we not in our Whitney, man. You know what I mean? Salute, y'all. Salute. Salute, Lucky Mills. Great show, brothers. And thanks for always saying we when we speak about your show. Yeah, you make everybody in the chat feel like we right next to you in the podcast. Salute to everybody in the chat. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. That's the goal. And that's why I say to my brothers as well when I say we, our show, you know what I mean? Because like I say, like, of course, you know what I mean? I'm not dissing them, but of course, can I do my show by myself? Absolutely. But just having different voices, different opinions that I value, it makes us who we are. You know what I'm saying? Not me. It makes us. So yes, this is my platform, but this is our show. You know what I mean? So that's why I always say that. And I say we because y'all, the chat is just important as us on here. So thank you
Yeah.
so much.
And let me
You know
say
what I
this
mean?
too, why you saying that, man,
Yes,
because
sir. Yes, sir.
it it's it ain't easy doing what it do. You know what I'm saying? Like putting on a show, uh, making sure you're here to put on a show, paying these different platforms, giving these things your energy and stuff. It's not easy. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
It's
salute
not
to all the people that's doing it.
it's not easy to do the show at all. Even the shows I've did by myself, it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? Because of the simple fact you got to really know how to keep the audience engaged and keep the audience, you know what I'm saying, from being thirsty. You know what I mean? You got to keep them like, man, I don't need no water yet. You know what I mean? No, I ain't hungry right now. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I already got my food in front of me. As soon as 8:30 hit, I already had my snack. I had my hoagie right here, Duro. You know what I'm saying? That's how we coming. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. I don't want nobody thirsty being like, oh man, hold on, man. All right, yeah. Well, you know what I mean? I want everybody to be in tune. I want everybody to feel important. That's why I always say that. Because, you know what I mean, it's we. You know what I mean? It's not just us. I'm never just trying to be the guy to look good. I want us all to look good. You know what I'm saying? I want us all to win. I want us all to be on the same page. And that's just what it is. And that's why this thing worked. You know what I'm saying? Now just imagine if other brothers that we had, you know what I'm saying, with us, just imagine if those brothers could have fell in line. You know what I'm saying? We'd be that much stronger. But it's okay. Because I like it like this. You know what I mean? I like it. I like the brothers that we have. You know what I'm saying? It just works. You know what I mean? So that's just how I feel about it. And I appreciate the chat for acknowledging that gorilla back. You know what I mean? I appreciate my brothers for knowing that as well. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't just about that. We brothers at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And that's why if it's ever a misunderstanding, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it till I'm blue in the face. If it's ever a misunderstanding, that's why I always call their phones. CDC too. CDC, our brother, he would be up here if he could. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how it is. But he in the chat, and that's good enough for me. You know what I mean? He checking out the show when he can. That's good enough for me. Hit that like button, y'all. If y'all ain't hit that like button, man, hit that like button, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Show that brotherhood, that sisterhood, man. Hit that like button. If y'all ain't hit that like button, you know what I mean? It's all good, man. We try to do it how we trying to do. Brotherhood, sisterhood to everyone. Catch you on the next one. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Amazing show. I love tuning in every day. All love in this community. Thank you. I wish we did have a show every day, but I know what you mean. Every Wednesday. I know. I appreciate it. Amazing show. I love tuning in every Wednesday. All right. See what you said. Okay, yeah. All right, it's all good. You corrected it. It's all good. Thank you, sister. Thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. Uh, like I say, man, you guys leave me speechless sometimes, man, and you guys keep me going. The people that do come to the show, the people that do comment, the brotherhood and sisterhood is so important to me. You know what I mean? That's just how it is, man. And I genuinely appreciate it, y'all. I don't take it for granted, man. I definitely appreciate it. There's so many platforms out here, so many people going live, you know, uh, on Wednesdays or Thursdays or Mondays and Tuesdays that you guys don't have to be here um, on the platform or watch us later. If you guys couldn't catch it, whatever, I
Shit.
appreciate it.
By the summertime, we might be bringing you something midday. You never know, man. To keep up with this, these YouTube streets, boy.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely growing, man.
And if we do something for 30 minutes, little dog talk.
I mean, we could, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the watch time hours is up, man. It's definitely things is working out, and that's why I'm trying to evolve the game, and evolve so that you know I'm trying to build something where we all can get paid. You know what I'm saying? All of us. You know what I'm saying? Because you guys don't have to take the time out your day to come to the show and do it with me. You know what I mean? So I definitely want to always show my appreciation. You know what I mean? I don't want to just use your knowledge and your dog man history and game just to be given for free. So, real soon you guys will be compensated. You know what I mean? Real soon. And you know what I mean? That's just how it is. You know what I mean? That's the type of brother I am. That's how I like to do stuff. And that's why, what I'm saying, I'm just a different type of person. You know what I mean? I'm just different. So that's just how it is, man. You know. Shout out Tony. Thank you for coming, man. I was just about to say hit the like button a minute before you said, hey man, that's that brotherhood, Lucky Mills. That's how it is, man. That's that brotherhood, man. That's that brotherhood that we always talk about because great minds think alike. So we was right there, man. You know what I mean? I appreciate everybody, man. Let me give everybody a shout out before we close out, man. You know what I mean? I think Nelly Nell was first, you know what I mean? Saluting everybody. And then Lorena, shout out to you. Shout out to Mac for coming on the show and in the platform, you know what I mean, giving this game, man. Actually, him and Yella collaborating, being collaboration canines and collaborating and coming up with this topic. Thank you, brothers, again. You know what I mean? Lorena.
No problem. No problem.
Della's World. Thank you guys. Thank you, Della's World, for coming up on the platform. Lucky Mills, always a pleasure to see you, man. I appreciate you for coming on the show. You know what I mean? You come from Coach Show. So appreciate you for coming to my show. Appreciate you more than you know, man. Gorilla Back, you already know what it is, man. Appreciate you for coming on the show always, man. Even finding the platform, subscribing. And like I said, I'm subscribed back to you, man. So thank you for coming on the platform, man. Always giving your game and your feedback in the comments. It is appreciated, man. Live your life. Thank you for coming. Thank you for the game and the things you were saying earlier. Live your life. You know what I'm saying? Because we was on the same page when I was giving that motivation. That I'm going to give every Wednesday from now on, because we all going to need that motivation. We go through different things, man, and different times and different days in our life. So, I'm going to give us that motivation that we can always use and utilize that, to make us better. You know what I mean? So salute, man. Salute. Thank you so much for coming, brother. Bakari, man, you could be doing so much. You know what I mean? But you was here with me, brother. I appreciate you, Bakari, more than you know. You know what I mean? Thank you for coming to my show. And like I say, man, even those kind words that you send me in my DM, brother, I appreciate it, man. You didn't have to say none of the stuff that you said to me. I appreciate it, man. I am very, very humble. You know what I mean? So I appreciate anything somebody say to me, man, that can make me better. Rogue Wolf, man, appreciate you, brother. I think this might be your second or third show that you came, man. You come from Coach Show as well, man. Thank you so much, man. You know what I mean? Appreciate it, no doubt. You know what I mean? You was giving game, a lot of game this show, man. So thank you for participating in the chat. You know what I mean? Shout out to Yella for coming on the platform and also, like I said, collaborating to make this this topic right here. Who else, man? Did I miss anybody? 416. Thank you, brother. Thank you for coming to the show. As always, 416. I appreciate you more than you know, man. Thank you, brother. You know what I mean? I appreciate you, bro. Always, man. Always giving the game that you give in the chat, everything. That's the second mayor of Canada. We got two mayors of Canada, man. Bakari and 416. So we got two mayors, man. That's on Duro Lounge. That's what we call them, man. The mayors, man.
Yeah.
So make sure y'all put the mayors next time y'all see. Mayor 1 is Bakari. Or I don't know, whoever want to be mayor 1, mayor 2, man. Y'all choose, man. 416 and be mayor 1, Bakari mayor 2, however y'all want to do it. But that's the two mayors, y'all. We got two mayors from Canada.
They
You know
tough
what I
in
mean?
Canada too. 4-1
Yeah,
don't
they
take no
tough.
shit. Boy.
Not at all. Not at all. So shout out to
4-1.
Canada, man.
Okay, 416. I know I follow him on Instagram, but
Yeah.
is Bakari on Instagram too?
Yeah, Bakari on Instagram. I believe he and my followers too.
Okay, I look him up.
Yeah, he on there. Havoc 360. Thank you, brother, for coming. I always appreciate it, man. Always appreciate you coming and check us out, man. Thank you, brother. Rogue. Did I say Rogue? Or did I not? Yeah, I think I did say
you saying
Rogue.
wrong. Yeah, you did.
All right. Yeah, I mean, let me see, man. Who else? Tony. It never rains in Southern California. Tony, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you for coming on the show always, bro. Having fun with us. You know what I'm saying? You know, man, you always fooling the most in the chat. So I appreciate you always, Tony, for coming on the platform and you know what I'm saying, giving your game and your, you know what I'm saying, and being a fool with me, brother. Because you know what I mean, a brother like me always need another fool to be a fool with, man. And I mean that mean a joke, man. So thank you, brother. Thank you for coming, man. Lucky Mills, man. Thank you, man. You know what I'm saying, for coming. Did I say Lucky Mills already? I might have said Lucky Mills already. I mean, but if I didn't, again, Lucky Mills, thank you, brother. Thank you for coming to the platform, man. Thank you, man. I think that's all, man. I think this is all. Everybody else, CDC, you already know how I feel about you, boy.
CDC.
You know what I mean? You already know. You know what I mean? My little brother, man. I appreciate you, man. Always appreciate you, CDC. You know what I'm saying? More than you know, brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? CDC got really, really good plans. You know what I mean? Moving forward, man. I'm happy for him. The other night, man, we was on the phone till about 3 o'clock in the morning. No funny. You know what I mean? Just giving the young brother game and motivation and, you know, ways that he can make what he got going on a lot better. So thank you, CDC, man. I appreciate you, brother. You're a real brother, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. I appreciate it. There he is. There go everybody. There you go. Okay, Bakari the mayor number 1. All right. Bakari that's the mayor number 1, man. I just see that. You know what I mean? Already know. 100 Lucky Mills. No doubt. I appreciate that. I appreciate you, man. Bakari, I appreciate you, man. All right, Bakari, the mayor number 1, man. 416, mayor number 2. Like, you know what I mean? Mayor number 1, Canada, y'all. So in the chat, man, next Wednesday, y'all, make sure y'all say at Bakari, salute mayor number 1, man. I mean, that's what we doing. Lucky Mills, salute. You know what I mean? Tony, be easy. Everybody enjoy the rest of your week. You too, brother. Be safe, everybody. I appreciate everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Bakari, you know I'm silly, man. I love to laugh, man. I'm silly. We be fooling. You know what I'm saying? Thank you guys. This has been a great show. This has been a show that, you know what I'm saying, I will play back myself and listen to the game and reread the comments. I starred them, my favorite ones. So this has been a show that I really, really appreciate and I really, really love, man. So hopefully, man, you guys enjoyed it as well. And you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just give my slogan and then we out, man. You know what I'm saying? I always gotta give my slogan to my favorite dog. You know what I mean? So rest in peace, Dice. Ain't nothing nice. We only got one, so make sure you enjoy this life. One love, one dog, one bone. Easy.
Peace.